Coming up on this edition of Out of the Blue from Middle Tennessee State University, we preview the winter edition of MTSU Magazine with two great interviews. First, Torrence Esmond, Grammy winner and this year's Outstanding Alumnus, and Gabrielle Thompson, our Young Alumni recipient and Free for Life International Executive Director. And we talk about February's Black History Month activities on campus with Daniel Green, Director of Intercultural and Diversity Affairs. I'm Andrew Ottman, and this is Out of the Blue. Welcome to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. We spend part of this episode previewing the winter edition of MTSU Magazine. And on the cover, Torrence Esmond, Grammy Award-winning producer, artist, and adjunct professor in the College of Media and Entertainment, and also our Outstanding Alumnus Award winner. Well, Torrence, what do you think about this? You're on the cover of MTSU Magazine.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, we're proud of you. Congratulations and welcome to the show. We're glad to have you here in person.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you're our distinguished alumnus. Obviously, you know we're very proud of you, but let's share with our viewers your remarkable journey. And let's start with the fact that you graduated from MTSU. You know, how did you use your undergraduate days to kind of build the building blocks you needed to get to where you are right now, Grammy winner, producer, performer?
Yeah. So when I first got to MTSU and it was time to, pick a degree, my thing was, I'm in college. I want to make the most money possible. Engineer, and I had an uncle that was an engineer as well. So I was like, he did really well in life. So I was like, I'm going to be a, actual engineer, not music engineer.
Oh, so like building things.
Yeah,
okay.
building things, engineer, architect, that type of engineer. And took a couple classes and I was like, no, this isn't for me. And I had a friend here. And he was like, man, I'm in the recording industry department over at MTSU. I was like, recording industry department? They got a recording industry? He was like, man, they got studios, they got everything. So I quickly changed everything up and, I've always been a big fan of hip hop music. I was always scratching on turntables and playing at keyboards and, it was just kind of a hidden passion.
Wow, so you found that calling while you were here and you came here for something else completely different.
Absolutely.
So once you found it, the professors, the others that helped you connect with folks, how did you get what you needed to graduate and then find that first opportunity and break into the business?
Yeah, most definitely. So first of all, I was trying to decide on, which field of the recording industry. I knew I wanted to do music production. I was a big fan of like Diddy and all those guys. I think his name was Puff Daddy at the time, now Diddy, but I was always a big fan of the hip hop producer. Mm-hmm. And I knew I had a little talent as far as composition and, composing instrumentals, but I knew I didn't know the business side of things. And, MTSU has, recording or production side, now they have the songwriting side, and then they have the business side. So I actually chose to do the business side. I figured that I could just, keep working and getting better and better with my skill set on the production side and figure that out. But where else are you gonna have real, world-class attorneys and people that were actually executives in the music business there to teach you and learn from. So I took a business approach to it initially.
We were talking before the show started that I feel like I've seen you reap the rewards of your hard work in real time out in Los Angeles. Talk about the thrill of winning that first Grammy, about how that felt.
Yeah, man, that first Grammy was something serious. I won it working with one of my frat brothers from Kappa Alpha Psi by the name of Lecrae. And I was VP of A&R at his label. I was co-managing him. I was producing for him. I was just kind of doing everything. So I was over the creative process. And I used a colleague from MTSU in the recording department. He was doing really big things in Atlanta, Georgia by the name of Alec Newell. And Alec had purchased a studio called Music House Recordings where they've recorded a lot of people. So we rented his studio out, kept it in the family with MTSU, and had Lecrae record the album over there, and I was just overseeing the A&R process, producers, songwriters, etc. So It was a lot of work for me doing that project. I guess when we got to the Grammys that day, the reward was actually winning a Grammy. And the craziest part about it is, I remember being, you know, getting there a little early and sitting waiting. And Lecrae at that time was on the red carpet still. I kind of ran through the red carpet. No, you know, everybody wants to see the artist, the star, not the guys behind the scene. So I'm inside, and I'm with Lecrae's mom, and we're just, you know, we're hanging out waiting. And they started the Grammys, and we're like, okay, where's Lecrae? You know, so we're texting like, yo, you know, you need to get up here. The awards are starting. And just our luck, they started with his category. Well, my luck, I guess we can say, but it was kind of bad luck for him. But they started with his category. So they're like, you know, the winner for Best Gospel Album is Lecrae. And I'm looking around, and he's nowhere in here, and everybody's clapping. And his mom goes, you go, you go. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, go, go, go. So that's why when you see that old tape from 2012 accepting the award by myself, it's me. You know, I go up and I say, well, you know, and I'm breathing heavy because I'm thinking, man, we just won a Grammy. This is on national TV. And, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm not Lecrae, but, you know, I'll accept this on his behalf. But it was a remarkable experience, something I'll never forget, you know, for the rest of my life.
I want to pivot a little bit and talk about your time as an adjunct professor. You've even done this during the pandemic. You had to learn how to use remote technology, right?
Quick.
Yeah. So how did that go?
I loved, you know, giving back. That's just something that's just, you know, within me, period. I mean, it's not the first time I've, you know, done something for MTSU for all the times that they've invested in me. But we have the Street Symphony Scholarship for minorities here that's still active. You know, doing the adjunct was just the next appropriate step. They reached out and said, you know, we're looking for someone to kind of bring this whole hip hop era or songwriting production, you know. And I think that's very smart of MTSU to understand that you need to be able to show diversity, you know, within your program. I think it's extremely important that you have real people that really did or do the job, you know, teaching you, opposed to individuals that, you know, may not be up to date or aware of what's going on in the business. So I think it's amazing for your students to be able to you know, one of their favorite records just came out and their professor, you know, produced it. So it's kind of inspiring.
What advice would you give your students about not only the path you've taken, but the things they need to do to prepare if they want to see success?
Most definitely you graduate, you know, graduate, get this degree behind you. It's not as easy sometimes as just getting out of school and going and getting a label job or someone, you know, sending you a big budget, you know, and having a degree is beneficial just to get a day job. People don't know, but, you know, I worked at Verizon Wireless in sales. You know, it required a degree for me to have the job, though. But that's how I was able to pay my bills and operate and move around. You know, hip hop can be at a lot of times a lot of flash, and, you know, you gotta kind of be able to be in the events, you know, just a strong hustle mentality, you know. You want to be secure financially so you don't make bad or poor decisions that affect you long term. So those are the things I tell my students. And you have to be passionate about what you do. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to just be consistent, persistent, and things will happen for you.
Torrence Esmond, our distinguished alumnus for the university, thanks for joining us on the show. Professor Street Symphony, appreciate the example you set for our students.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
The Charlie and Hazel Daniels Veterans and Military Family Center, located at Middle Tennessee State University, is the largest and most comprehensive on an academic campus in the nation. We lost our patriot Charlie on 6 July 2020. The creation of the Generals Fund was his last public event in support of our military.
So many men and women that have served that expected to be able to have their tuition or certain assistance being given to them, and that money evaporated. With the establishment of the General Fund is to make sure that all those men and women can get through MTSU and pursue what they thought they could do when they came on back.
We're extremely proud that the Predators have identified the need to help make this fund one of the best at our university for our veterans.
It's very important just for me personally that they offered this fund, and I feel like there are a lot of students on campus like me whose benefits run out and they aren't aware of that. To be the first recipient of the Generals Fund is truly an honor. I'm the person that if I'm the spokesperson or the face of something, I want to do it to my best ability and just to help share this experience with other students just like me who are military dependent on MTSU's campus that can receive help from the Daniels Center, because everything here in this center is just here to help us. What the Generals Fund means to me, it's a help when I'm falling. So if I'm struggling or anything, I know I can come to the Daniels Center and they have me, they have a help for me, they have a way to figure things out.
Join us, contribute to the continuation of Charlie's legendary support of our military.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. The winter edition of MTSU Magazine also features an interview with Gabrielle Thompson, our Young Alumni Award recipient and Executive Director of Free for Life International, a group that brings awareness to the problem of human trafficking. Gabrielle, thanks for joining us on Out of the Blue. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I wish I could be there in person, but I'm so honored to have this opportunity.
Well, of course, the honor is ours because you were recently featured in the latest edition of MTSU Magazine with this wonderful article about your work that was recognized with the Alumni Association's Outstanding Young Alumnus Award. So we are really happy to talk to you about your work. For those who may not understand the enormity of this problem, can you explain it in a nutshell?
So I would describe human trafficking as currently the greatest atrocity plaguing the globe. It currently affects all men, women, and children. Even if we are not personally being a part of human trafficking, we are in some way contributing to it. And the easiest way to describe it for those of you that may not know about the depths and levels of trafficking is that it is the equivalent of modern day slavery. So 40 million people currently are estimated to be enslaved around the globe in a variety of types of trafficking. And really, this is something that, in my opinion, requires a global response for all of us. And trafficking really shows up in ways that is often hidden to a lot of people. And I think that can sometimes be the challenge with really being able to understand and identify trafficking. So just to give an example of the different types of trafficking that we have here in Tennessee, here in the United States, and also in every country around the globe has there been reported cases of trafficking. So that would be sex trafficking, labor trafficking, debt bondage, domestic servitude, child soldiers, forced marriage, and organ trafficking are all parts of the black market of the human, the sale of humans around the globe.
In the article, they talk about this life-changing moment that you had, a moment of confirmation where you said, I just thought, these are my sisters and I want to serve them. Can you talk about that moment, how young you were when you had that, and how that shaped the destiny that you're following today?
So about around the age of 15 was when I really had that conscious thought and realization for myself. And that came really through understanding and learning about how children and girls my age were not allowed the freedoms and abilities to be able to read, to be able to learn, to be able to play and be children because of the situations and oppressions they experienced, just because of where they were born and to whom they were born. And I thought, how could this be possible? How could this be possible? There is nothing different between me and those girls besides the placement of where we were born. And so I thought, these are my sisters. I want to serve them. I had the same thought the first time that I ever entered into a red light district, which was in New Delhi, where I encountered a woman that was my age that was living in a brothel and being trafficked, seeing dozens of customers a day. And when I looked her in the eyes and I thought, she's my same age. And there's nothing different between her and I, except for what life has dealt that brought her into this brothel out of her control. And so again, I thought, these are my sisters, and I want to dedicate my life to making a difference in their lives.
One of the realizations you had after coming to that was to come to Middle Tennessee State University. Can you talk about what you learned here that helped you prepare for what you're tackling today?
Absolutely. Honestly, it is such a pleasure to speak about the roots and foundations that Middle Tennessee State University really set up for me. It is such an honor for me to do so, and I take every opportunity as my work takes me around the globe. We now work in 9 countries, and even in those countries, I like to share, where I came from and what helped me develop into being the leader that I am today. And so really, I attribute MTSU to being able to help guide me, because I recall when I was a freshman at MTSU, 18 years old, I was extremely focused on what I wanted to do, but I had no idea what degree program would actually help me navigate and find a way to make the difference that drove my passion and fire. And so it was really through the guidance of professors that really took a moment to hear my heart, that I am where I am today, to guide me. But then also, for example, through my master's program, the university funded me to be able to do primary research in Costa Rica, working with women, and analyzing their ability to feel free or not free within their socioeconomic situations. And so really the university empowered me and supported me towards this crazy dream that I told, all my professors that I wanted. And they really helped me believe that that was possible.
Well, Gabrielle, at some point you found a wonderful opportunity with an organization called Free for Life, and now you serve as executive director. Can you describe this organization that you're now in charge of and what they work to accomplish towards this problem?
Absolutely. So we work to accomplish identification, assistance, and restoration of individuals that have been affected by both human trafficking and exploitation. We do that in a multifaceted way. And one thing that was really important to me when I came in as executive director in 2015 is that I wanted to find the roots of why people were being trafficked, as well as the gaps in the anti-trafficking space, and implement programs that actually were able to address those root causes and find long-term solutions for survivors. And so currently now we work in 9 countries around the globe. We do that with a model of focusing on prevention. That's the only way we're going to be able to solve the human trafficking problem. We focus on long-term housing, the interception piece, pulling people out of trafficking. That has been a huge piece of our programs. And then we also provide restoration through scholarships, where we're able to really go to that next level in a survivor's journey, where they can actually take agency and feel empowered to choose the next steps in their life.
How can one individual, someone like me or one of our viewers, how can we help combat this? What can we do?
I think the first thing for anyone that is trying to understand and learn about trafficking is really taking an empathetic stance and really trying to understand what it means to live in modern day slavery. The first step is talking about it. The first step is sharing about it with your community. So that would be what I encourage all of you to do, is if you learned something today, share about it. If you felt moved about something, tell someone else. That would be the first step. The second step would be, all of us anti-trafficking organizations around the globe, we are only able to exist because of generosity from individuals that care about our work and see the difference that we're making, not just for survivors, but truly for all of humanity. And so I would invite you, if you are passionate about that, to consider making a contribution, or being a volunteer, or standing as a partner in some way with either Free for Life International or another anti-trafficking organization.
Gabrielle, this is fantastic work your organization's doing. Where can we go to find out more information?
We'd love for you to visit our site. It's freeforlifeintl.org. That's free for life, LIFEINTL.org.
Gabrielle Thompson, we are so honored to have you as an MTSU graduate, and thank you for joining us on Out of the Blue. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Andrew. It's been such a pleasure.
And we'll be right back.
I am True Blue.
As a member of this diverse community,
I am a valuable contributor
to its progress and success.
I'm engaged in the life of this community.
I'm a recipient and a giver.
I am a listener and a speaker.
I am honest in word and deed.
I am committed to reason, not violence.
I am a learner.
Now and forever.
I am a Blue Raider.
I am a Blue Raider.
I'm a Blue Raider.
True Blue.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
You know you gotta climb higher, climb higher, let the fire burn brighter, be stronger, go longer, climb
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. February is Black History Month, and at Middle Tennessee we have several activities planned. Here to tell us what's in store is Daniel Green, Director of Intercultural and Diversity Affairs. Daniel, welcome to Out of the Blue for the very first time. We're glad to have you on the show.
Yes, thank you, Andrew, for having me.
So February is Black History Month at Middle Tennessee State University. Let's talk about the theme of this year's celebration and what can folks expect.
So the Association for the Study of African American Life and History comes up with a theme each year nationally for African American History Month. And we typically use the national theme as our own theme. And the 2022 theme this year is Black Health and Wellness. So we're utilizing their theme, but we added another component to it, which is Black Love. And so our theme is Black Love, Health, and Wellness, in terms of acknowledging the legacy of not only Black scholars or medical practitioners in Western medicine, but also ways of knowing throughout the African diaspora. And the 2022 theme considers activities and rituals and initiatives that Black communities have done to be well, in order to foster good health and wellness. And quite oftentimes, in order to foster good health and wellness, Black people have embarked on self-determination and mutual aid and social support initiatives to build hospitals and medical and nursing schools, such as Meharry Medical College, for example, and Howard University College of Medicine.
We've got a great committee that works with you to plan out the month, and there are going to be a lot of activities. Can you talk about ways the campus community and the outside community can get involved with our celebration?
We can start out with the kickoff, which is going to be February the 1st. Students can have the opportunity to learn about ways to be involved in the programs due in February, as well as future opportunities to be a part of the African American History Month Committee. We also are going to have Black History Month Movie Night, and it's going to be a series that consists of a couple of different movies, one of them being Respect, and that's going to be shown on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, February the 3rd through the 5th. We'll have another program entitled MTSU Black History Month Health Expo, and that's going to be on February the 7th from 5 to 6 p.m. Inside of the Student Union Atrium. And we'll have different community businesses that will provide promotional information and engage participants about health and wellness. And following that event, we're going to have a panel discussion about our theme for this month, Black Health and Wellness, with expert medical professionals who will be there to answer questions about important health topics, including disparities that exist and other issues within the African American community. And that program is right after the Health Expo, and this one will be in the Parliamentary Room from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. Monday, February the 7th. Then, of course, we have our annual Unity Luncheon. This will be the 26th annual Unity Luncheon, featuring Dr. Sekou Franklin. And this will be Thursday, February the 10th, from 11:30 to 1 o'clock p.m. inside of the Student Union Ballroom.
Daniel, you mentioned the unsung heroes. We're proud of all of them. One of them hits really close to home for us here at True Blue TV. Can you name them for us?
One of the recipients that hits home close for you that will be awarded within our community service category is Melba Simmons, who serves as MTSU's media office coordinator for the True Blue TV. In the education category, we have Elma McKnight, who is a retired educator within the Murfreesboro City Schools. We also have within the excellence in sports category, Thomas Keith. He is an MTSU alumnus and longtime track and field coach. Within the advocate of civility, we have Carl E. Watkins. He's a retired Murfreesboro police captain and youth volunteer. And within our final category, commitment to Black arts, we have Robert Orr Jr., who is a Murfreesboro artist.
Let's talk a little bit about what you want folks to take away from the month in the entirety. What are you hoping at the end of February that folks will reflect upon about all the hard work of the committee that you put forth?
One of the most significant things that I would like people to take away is a continued engagement with the history, which is vital as it helps give context for the present. I think that it's a great opportunity for students, faculty, and staff to join in and celebrate African American History Month, as there's numerous benefits to being a part of this great celebration. Number one, I think it's important because it celebrates diversity. Black History Month does not just promote diversity, but it celebrates diversity. And promoting diversity is bringing awareness to the idea that we are all diverse and we all have something to contribute. But when we celebrate diversity, we are basically conveying the idea that diversity is beautiful. When we celebrate the achievements of people, from groups and cultures around the world, we're putting aside our opinions and differences to commemorate our shared history and to take joys in each other's successes.
Daniel, where do I go on the web to find out about what you're doing for the month of February for Black History Month?
Yes, so you can go to www.mtsu.edu/AAHM as in African American History Month. And there you will find a whole host of the event list of programs that we have going on.
Daniel Green, Director of Intercultural and Diversity Affairs at Middle Tennessee State University. Daniel, thanks for all you're doing for the month of February, and thanks for joining us on Out of the Blue.
Thank you, Andrew, for having me.
And that does wrap up this edition of Out of the Blue. A reminder, you can find news about the campus 24 hours a day by going to our website, mtsunews.com. You can also find additional special features on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Andrew Oppman. Stay safe, stay on course, and remain true blue.